Hi all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's class, I'm going to solve your questions from exercise 4.2, NCERT book class 10. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization method. So basically there are 5 questions under this one, and we'll have to find what is the value of x using factorization method. Let's quickly see what is the meaning of factorization. So by factorization is, if you notice in all the 5 questions, there are 3 terms in each of the equations, and the mode of operation here will be either plus or minus. Okay. Now by factorization, we are going to put them in the product form. Now, how do I do that? There are 3 terms actually. There are only 3 terms. So I'm going to make this one as 4 terms and combine two terms together. Now, how do I do that? For example, just take the number 10. So number 10 can be written as 5 plus 5. Okay, or it can also be written as 7 plus 3, or it can also be written as 15 minus 5. So all these 3 things will give me answer as 10. So same thing I'm going to do for the middle term. So middle term, I'm going to split them into 2 numbers, 2 terms. So this one term, I'm going to write it as, split them and write it as 2 terms. Now, how do I know which 2 numbers to select, which will be correct for this question? So for that method, we'll have to, for this, to find the correct 2 numbers, we'll have to follow one simple technique. I'll have to find 2 numbers where if I multiply the 2 numbers, the product should be a into c. That is the coefficient of x square into the constant term. So this should be the product of the 2 terms, 2 numbers which are going to select. And when I add the 2 products, when I add the 2 numbers, the value should be b. That is the sum of the 2 numbers should be b, the coefficient of x. Okay, so I'll solve first question, then it will be easy for you to follow. So the first question is 3x square minus x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So that's the first question. Now what I'm going to do, I'll have to find 2 numbers, okay, whose product will be, if I multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term. So that will be 1 into minus 10. So you'll have to consider the sign also, which is equal to, so 1 into minus 10 will become minus 10. Okay, and the sum of the 2 numbers which I'm going to select should be minus 3. That is the coefficient of x. So that should be minus 3. Okay, so this is the condition. I'll just write neatly here. So this is 1 into the coefficient of x square into the constant term. Okay, that is CA. And this is the sum of the 2 numbers should be the coefficient of x. Okay. Now what is this one? Start with this one. So basically the product should be minus 10, right? So minus 10, where all I can do minus, and I can write 1 into 10. Okay, but then the answer should be minus 10, right? So we'll make it 1 as negative. So 1 comma 10. Or I can also write it as 1 comma negative 10. But then if I add, I should get negative 3. Okay, so this doesn't work. Then start with 5 comma 3, 5 comma 2. So 5 2s are 10. We can write minus 5, 2, or we can also write 5 comma negative 2. Okay, so in all this one, the sum should be negative 3. So only if I choose this one, the sum will be negative 3. So now how do I write? So x square, in the place of 3x, I'm going to write as minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. Okay, so try simplifying this one. So minus 5 and plus 2x will become minus 3x. And if I multiply 5 into 2 will become minus 10. So our answer is the 2 numbers actually which we selected is actually correct. The next number, combine first 2 terms. We're going to combine first 2 terms and the last 2 terms. What is common between the first 2 terms? Only x is common. So take x out and within brackets you'll have another x. So x into x will become x square minus, again what is left out in this one? 5 is left out. So into 5. So x into x will be x square, x into minus 5 will become minus 5. Now again combining the other 2 terms. For this one we will take what is common between them, only plus 2 is common. So into x minus 5 into 0 is equal to 0. So 2 into x will be 2x, 2 into minus 5 will be minus 10. Now in the next step again what we'll have to do is minus 5 is common. So take x minus 5, no sorry, x minus 5 is common. So take x minus 5 as common and the remaining will be x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now what's the meaning here? How do I find the value of x now? I have multiplied 2 numbers whose answer is 0. Now either x minus 5 should be equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, these are the 2 cases. Now let's simplify this one to get the value for x. So we will take minus 5 to the other side. So x will become positive 5. This is one value for x, or solve this one. So take 2 to the other side. This will become negative 2. So x is equal to negative 2. So value of x can be 5 or x can be -2. Okay, easy to follow. Okay, we will do the next question and it will be clear. So what's the next question? So next question is 2x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Yeah. Okay, now how do I find? So I'm going to basically split this middle term, okay, which is x. Now I'll have to find two numbers whose product will be, I'll have to find two numbers whose product will be CE, that is coefficient of x square and the constant term. So which is nothing but 2 into, consider the sign also, minus 6. So the two numbers products will be minus 12. And whose sum should be equal to, the coefficient of x, which is actually 1. Okay. Now 12, how all I can split 12 actually. So let's see now. And if I add them, I should get just 1. Okay. So 12 ones are, let this one be. So 12 into 1, let this one be x. Okay. So 1 12s are or 12 ones are. Okay. So both will not work because when I add, I should get 1. So let's try 3 tables. So 3 4s are 12. Yeah. But then when I add them, I should get 1. So how do I get this one? Let's make this one minus. So minus 3 plus 4, I will get the answer as 1. And if I multiply them also, I'll get the answer as -12. Okay, so let's split them. So 2x squared, in the place of x, I'm going to make this two terms. That is 4x, then minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. Let's combine two terms. What's common? 2x squared plus 4, 2x is common. So 2x into x plus 2. Then minus 3 will be common. So x minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so please note that the terms which you are going to write within the bracket should be the same. Because only in the next step, you will be able to take it out x plus 2 as common. And what's remaining? X minus 3 will be remaining. Okay. Now x plus 2 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now take the 2 to the other side. So x is equal to -2. Now solve this one also. So 2x is equal to, this minus 3. It will become plus 3 now. Then divide 2 on both sides. So x is equal to 3 by 2. So the answer for this one will be x is equal to -2 or x is equal to 3 over 2. Okay. I hope it's easy for you. So I will solve the next 3 questions in the next video. Hope this video is useful for you. If you find this video useful, please subscribe to the Max channel. Thank you so much.